So, PlayStation is going to begin removing services and closing the stores of their older consoles. This is pretty significant. Let's talk about why. Okay, so you might have seen this already, but there's an email going out to most PlayStation users who've been around for a while. And there's one line I want to focus on. Everybody's talking about how they're removing the store on the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation Vita, and the PSP. Um, the reason they're doing it is really, really interesting. They say, after thoughtful consideration, we decided to make changes in an effort to focus our resources for PlayStation Store on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, which will enable us to enhance the customer experience even further. We thank you for your support on these platforms through the years. And ironically, in an email about discontinuing service, they sign off with "play has no limits." So some of the questions they answer on the website are like, will I still be able to purchase will I still be able to download my games? And yes, you'll still be able to download your games on those platforms, but you won't be able to purchase anything new. So if you want to buy anything for your older consoles, or maybe that's still a console that you have, then you're going to want to get it now. For a breakdown of how many people have these consoles, 125.4 million units will no longer have the ability to buy anything digitally. There are 60 million PlayStation Vitas, 82 million PSPs, and 87.4 million PS3s. That's how many were sold according to like Wikipedia numbers and just what I could find by Googling it. One of the ways, strangely, it seems like you'll still be able to get stuff on older platforms was through cross-buy. I noticed there was this one question on the thing where it said, will I still be able to purchase cross-buy content following the closure of PlayStation Store and purchase functionality on PS3, PS Vita, and PSP? The answer was yes. You will still be able to purchase cross-buy content through PlayStation Store on the web, PlayStation app, or on the PS4 and PS5 consoles, and access both the PS4 version and the PS3, PS Vita, and PSP versions. So I have to wonder if, so the store functionality is still there. It will still work for cross-buy content. Why are they shutting down the store? I'm really at a loss as to why they would do that. Was it developed in a way that there's just some great expense to just leave it on? Like, would you have to continue pushing firmware updates that update the security of the service? That's the only reason that I could think of off the top of my head. But to sacrifice the possibility of a sale to 125 million units, that's pretty significant. So I was browsing Reddit to sort of catch the reaction of this, and one user pointed out that Xbox still supports the 360, and as we know, Xbox has this entire initiative for backwards compatibility. So, like, this is a very tough message for the PlayStation community to swallow. They're like, oh, okay, I'm not buying a PlayStation 5 digital because Flair on Reddit pointed out that this paints a bleak picture of the future for the PlayStation 5 if you're buying digitally, because eventually, like 10 years down the line, that store is not going to be supportive. And with the smaller hard drive and, you know, all the considerations there, it's really, really odd to me that they would remove this service while also trying to go more digital with their newer console. And anybody who collects physical media is really concerned. They're just like, well, yeah, I'm only going to buy disc from now on out. Like, it just sort of further solidifies their stance about not going digital, at least on the Sony platform. There's some really, really good stuff that you might want to consider downloading. And one thing I saw pointed out was the original Resident Evil trilogy. So if you want that, you can download that. Fatal Frame. And it is so weird that you're not going to be able to purchase this. And my reaction is just one of confusion. And the internet is just like, well, this is why everybody pirates everything. And I understand that emotional response from the internet. You're like basically finding out, hey, they're just going to shut down everything for these old consoles. Even the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 really gets me because 87.4 million PS3s. What if you live You know, I did a video about the Microsoft Award stuff not that long ago, and I was talking about countries that, you know, get consoles later, or maybe like they're a whole generation behind because it takes them longer to afford stuff. So as stuff depreciates, they're finally getting into that gaming sphere. And like they have this PS3 now, and maybe they only buy digital media. I don't know, but they don't have a store, they don't have support. And oh, yeah, I almost forgot. This is in addition to services that are being removed from the PlayStation platform. PS4 communities are going away. So if you utilize the community service, that's gone. The Play Together feature is being removed. It's just being taken out. I don't understand that one. I thought the Play Together feature was positive. I know people who have used that and had a good time playing together. It's communal. And then June 30th, 2021, sorry, you're not going to be able to send messages from old consoles to new consoles. I didn't know if that was a thing still or whatever, but all of this is just strange. And it has me wondering what's actually going on. If we go back to that original quote, Sony is saying that they're focusing on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 stores. And they recently had a $1 sale for PlayStation Now. And I just have to wonder if something is going on. I've been talking about Xbox like the last few weeks, just sort of vlogging about Xbox. And Sony's up to something. There's something bigger picture going on here for them to make a call like this. Well, I mean, I think some people would think that, oh no, something really bad's going on. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they're in any danger, but I think resource wise, for some reason, they're focusing on PS4 and PS5 only. Maybe sales were so low that it didn't justify maintaining these stores on the older platforms. And they're just like, okay, we have to cut it. But I just don't get how you code a store that you can't leave open. It's really, really weird. So anyway, yeah, but but that functionality of being able to buy on the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, and if it has cross-buy, you can still download it on those older platforms. To me, that says there's some sort of infrastructure that's still going to be remaining intact. So why remove it entirely? It's a really baffling story. And when it was originally revealed, I didn't really talk about it and make a video about it because I'm just like, well, there's not much to say. Okay, they're shutting down the stores until we get official confirmation. Like, I don't want to talk about the rumor, but now we have official confirmation, and I'm more baffled, especially because it seems like they're going to continue supporting stuff. And here's a few more things that they say. You'll still be able to access, you can still re-download anything you previously purchased. Any media you can still use. You can redeem Game and PlayStation Plus vouchers. You can re-download and claim game titles through PlayStation Plus as long as you remain a member of the service. Oh my goodness. So if you're, oh, I didn't read everything, but like, so you can read down and play claim titles through PlayStation Plus as long as you remain a member of a service. So you still have to pay for PlayStation Plus to be able to play any of those games that you've gotten for free for being a PlayStation Plus member. That stings. That really stings. Oh my goodness. So if your subscription lapses like a year down the line, you just lose access to all those games. You can't download them. You're not going to be able to purchase them. They're just poof, gone. Wow. I missed that note before recording this video. I'm just finding out about it now. But anyway, just like this is just, it's a really, really staggering story. And it's really, really interesting to see Microsoft's philosophy about backwards compatibility. They couldn't salvage the original Xbox titles, right? But they have a large library of games that they were like, these were beloved. We're going to bring these forward and allow you to download them and support the physical disc media if you choose to. And then PlayStation, largely the PlayStation 5, as you know, doesn't have backwards compatibility. The PlayStation Now, largely the PlayStation 3 platform on PlayStation Now is all streamable. So I don't know, is that going to go away? What's going to happen with that? There's so many questions about what this means for the future of PlayStation services beyond just the shutdown of this. And I'm wondering if more news is going to come. I'm making a whole nother video about this, but I think they're I think they're revamping PlayStation Now to compete with Game Pass. I think that's their longer term strategy. And the fact that so many PS3 games are streamable as opposed to downloadable is really interesting. But I'm getting into ramble territory. The main story is about PlayStation shutting down these services. And I'm going to throw the conversation to you because this is a largely reactionary video where I'm a little confused about the strategy here. And it just seems odd. Like Sony doesn't have money to support the service. It must be more expensive than I can fathom to keep a storefront active. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I don't really have anything spicy. I'll remind you, thank you so much. If you like this content, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. If you want to become a member, you can become a member, as you know, on YouTube. And that's all I got for this one. So what a story. It's just weird to me. Anyway, I'm Destin. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you for the next one. Bye, everybody.